And welcome to Sinomania for the week of February 25, 2007. Yo-yo ma! Record highs and healthy corrections? Do the Chinese markets have it all, or is 2007 shaping up to be a wild roller coaster ride? Some interesting IPO developments, another big listing for NASDAQ, and the first foreign-owned full-service brokerage comes online. And we introduce a new feature chock full of juicy tidbits, the wrap. On Monday, Shanghai and Shenzhen posted new record highs, but as we speak, another correction with indexes down nearly 5% overall, and most of the gains from late January being wiped out. Leading the declines are financials, particularly CITIC Securities, and once again China Merchants, China Minsheng, China Vanke, and Baosteel. The Shanghai Composite Index is at just above 2,870, down over 170 points. The Hang Seng China Enterprise Index is at 9,665, down 224. Daimler Chrysler's plans remain secret, but talks are continuing between Chrysler and Chery, expanding their relationship to include major auto parts such as transmissions and adding models to their export plan. Neither company is commenting publicly. Steel giant Baosteel is planning a roadshow, probably in April, to showcase its plans for a New York Stock Exchange listing, so look out for that. The biggest news this week is the announced spin-off of Xinhua Finance's media group, the aptly named Xinhua Finance Media. The IPO will debut on NASDAQ with proposed ticker XFML. XFML will offer over 23 million ADR shares in the $12 to $14 price range, which is a PE ratio in the mid to high 30s based on current earnings. At that valuation, the IPO could raise over $300 million, the largest American-Chinese listing since Suntech Power at the end of 2005. There is risk. Xinhua Finance Media is only a year old, but its parent company, Tokyo-listed Xinhua Finance, is well respected for high-quality programming and international standards. Xinhua Finance Media's properties include a nationwide TV network, radio stations in Shanghai and Beijing, and magazines, all aimed at China's high-income urban market. The company is essentially an advertising play, with revenue growing at double digits. After the offering, the parent company will own just over 1/3 of the shares compared to almost half currently, but it will still control the bulk of XFML's voting stock. UBS Securities, a joint venture between Swiss powerhouse UBS and Beijing Securities, has received authorization from the China Securities Regulatory Commission to underwrite domestic IPOs and offer services and investment banking advisory services, thus making UBS Securities the first foreign-owned full-service brokerage in China. In addition, last week, the company became a member of the Shenzhen Stock Exchange. Tong Chinese Medicines, a traditional Chinese medicine company out of Guizhou Province, plans a New York Stock Exchange listing under proposed symbol TCM, according to its filing at the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission. Tong will offer over 9 million American depository shares, worth about 4 ordinary shares, valued between $15 and $17 US. The company has enlisted an American drug testing firm to perform FDA-level tests on a Chinese medicine for osteoporosis, so could be one to watch. Stock exchanges on the Chinese mainland were closed all last week for the long holiday officially known as Spring Festival. But the Hong Kong exchanges reopened on February 21 and markets were open in the USA. Some interesting price movements among Chinese companies listed in America as this week opens. APT Satellite, Trina Solar, and ASAT Holdings all rose over 10%. The first two are listed on the New York Stock Exchange, and ASAT Holdings is listed on the NASDAQ Capital Market. All three are technology sector firms with substantial market capitalization. A minor blowout on the over-the-counter bulletin board caught our eye with 4Link software sinking over 15% to about 10 cents a share, although on small volume. 4Link is a software firm hoping to cash in on the Beijing Olympics by developing solutions for a China mobile unit. And finally, last night at the Academy Awards here in Southern California, a Chinese documentary about AIDS orphans in Anhui won an Oscar for Best Documentary. This week's edition of the esteemed British scientific journal The Lancet features a report on China's response to AIDS that may surprise you. The Lancet says China's turnaround on AIDS should be praised and reveals some stunning successes in dealing with this potentially formidable problem. Remember, investment decisions are up to the viewer. Please see the important disclaimers at the Sinomania website, and I'll see you again next week.
This is the